if your anime opening sucks, I'm not watching your anime.
No!
Yeah.
There's so many shows that I don't think have bangers, but are banger shows. A good anime, I think, you can watch like 20 years later and it's still a good watch, you know?
I watched that final episode and I had to like applaud. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Baton Pass, where we pass the mic back and forth, sharing different topics. You know the vibes. You know the vibes today. New month, meaning new memes, new travel vibes, and stuff like that. So it's gonna be a crazy busy summer. But in between all of that summer, we've been watching a lot of anime. But before we get into the anime episode, how are you, Steph? How are you? What's going on?
The summer's been so wild. There's been so much going on. I am so close to finishing Donkey Kong Bonanza. I'm going to do a big burst of hopefully 7 hours in one go. By the time this is out, I will have many thoughts about Donkey Kong Bonanza, but I've been loving it. I love just smashing things. You know, there's this duality between smash everything in Donkey Kong and enjoy horse girls at night. So it's like I've got Donkey Kong and I've got horse girls for the two different parts of my brain that want two very different things.
I totally forgot you were in that umamusume vibe. So you've been gaming a little bit.
Update,
yes.
Because last time we talked about umamusume and I didn't finish my Haru run. I won with her the whole way. I did it. I beat her.
Oh, you won.
I won.
Okay.
I'm happy. After all these times of like my career's failing, my first they call it the URA finale is if the final race. If you can manage to get there, you have to get first place in a bunch of other races to get there.
Right.
But I won, and she was the happiest horse girl to ever live. So really, I'm thriving.
That's awesome. Oh my god.
Yeah.
You're basically reaching like peak gaming with umamusume and now with Donkey Kong Bonanza. We've just been playing a lot of video games, which is like super duper cool. I mean, I'm essentially doing this thing where I'm tackling the backlog. I don't know if I talked about it last episode, but my goal, especially with the Switch 2, is to go back to games that I played back in like when the Switch 1 first came out, back in like 2018 or 2017, whatever. Yeah. But I'm currently playing very niche. It's called Dragon Quest Builders 2. Ooh. It's essentially Dragon Quest / Minecraft kind of vibes.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and it has a story and stuff like that, so I don't mind the building aspect as much because they kind of tell you what to do. They're like, go over there and build a house, and it's like, okay, I'll go over there and build a house. So I kind of like the linear aspect that Dragon Quest gives. Yeah. But yeah, it was just one of those games back in 2018 that I just never beat. Yeah. So now, and I looked up a walkthrough. Obviously, I didn't spoil myself, but I was like, oh, wow, I'm like almost done with this. I just like stopped playing for some reason all those years ago. So now I'm finally gonna finish that up. So I'm just kind of like doing that with my Switch 2 for now until like the next big games that I'm super excited for comes out.
You play so many games. You keep up. You're oh my god, you're my go-to. You're my go-to of like, how is this game? But how do you manage, you beat Donkey Kong before me and you're tackling the backlog. Do you have a system or do you just like your brain says today's the day that I'm gonna go do this today?
No, there's definitely a schedule. I don't schedule like what game I'm tackling next. I really don't. Unless it's like a game, like for example, like Pokemon Legends ZA is coming out in October. Like that is what I'm playing in October. There's no question. Same thing with like Kirby Air Riders. We've talked about Kirby before. Once there's a release date, I'm like, okay, we take away all of the other games. We're going to be playing this. This is what we're going to be doing. But usually this kind of like era is kind of like the off time before these big titles come out. So that's when I'm like, okay, let's see what I have in the bag. And like it's really vibes. It's really vibes. So like I said, I was like, I really want to tackle games from that I just never got around to finishing. And then I was like, you know what? I know that this game was good. Why did I stop playing this? And so when I booted it up, it was just like, I think I missed like 2 different blocks that I forgot to put on because it's like a very specific like segment that you have to like build them on. And so I was like, really? It was just these 2 blocks and that's why I didn't progress in the story. And so now I'm progressing. And so I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm kind of just wrapping that up. And it's little like rapid fire stuff. So it's usually either I tackle a game that I haven't finished or I tackle a game that's like really small.
Right.
Small meaning like it doesn't take a long time to beat and stuff like that. But in terms of Donkey Kong, I had to ignore my my tendencies to smash shiny thing. It was really bad. I looked at my partner and I was like, hey, if we just try to like 100% each layer, we're never gonna beat this. It's gonna be like 100 hours. I was like, we have to just like beeline it to the story, or else we won't get anything done because there's other games to play, you know. So I kind of like I'm gonna keep it real. I think I skipped some layers. There was like some of them that I was just like, I just paid attention to like there's like a yellow exclamation point.
Objective.
I just like went through. I didn't even look like, ooh, what's that? Ooh, I just beelined it, and 2 of those layers were like fairly short. So I was like, oh, we're kind of like zooming through these and stuff like that. But towards the end game, I kind of like I went back to the, I guess, the quote unquote ADHD kind of like mentality. And, you know, that was towards the end of it. But
my motivation for how long I spend in a layer is how good are the outfits in that layer, and do I want them for Pauline? Because there have been some where I think maybe it was, I forget if it was the layer that's filled with trash. There's a layer that looks a little bit like that. And I just dug straight down. I did the one thing they tell you don't do in Minecraft, which is just dig down. And I just did. And then I think I made it to the end. But I said, wait, I didn't get to see what were the outfits like. And then I ended up having to like scavenge for like 2 fossils because I wanted the fur.
Was it a good
color.
outfit? Because that was one of the layers I skipped.
I think it was either for a Donkey Kong fur gradient that I think was it for the matcha? There's a matcha.
Ooh, that's
DK,
cool.
DK first color scheme, and I'm like, I need the green. I need the green color fur. But did you change your DK colors at all, or did you keep OG?
It's so funny because like my favorite color is red, my partner's favorite color is blue, so every time she would play, she would change Donkey Kong's fur to like a bluer kind of like color, and then I would switch it to like either a black or a dark red or something like that. So that's how you knew who was playing last.
I like that.
If you see the fur color and stuff like that. Now here's my question: do you have the Donkey Kong Bonanza amiibo? Like, do you have the amiibo?
No, I don't.
Because you get a pretty nice outfit when you scan it. When you scan the amiibo, you get an outfit for Pauline. Oh, no spoiler. Well, I don't know if you care.
I think I know what it is. I think someone told me that it's the Odyssey one, right?
Yeah, and it's actually really good. I think the ability is like you when you defeat an enemy, the ability is you're twice as likely to get a disc drop from them.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
So if you're really trying to 100% the disc stuff,
this is looting 3 for Donkey Kong.
Yeah, it's super helpful. It's very helpful, especially if you're trying to 100%.
I went through the first like 12 hours of this game and didn't realize the outfits had abilities, and I was just going based off. It's pretty. I like it. And then everyone's like, "Oh, that's a good bow tie. It does like damage reduction or something." And I'm like, "What? What? I just like it because it's shiny. It's shiny.
Hey,
it's nice.
Listen, sometimes you just gotta go off of aesthetics, and that's all good. Oh my god! But I'm so excited for you to beat this game. Apparently, you're beating it at the time we're recording this. Steph, at the time you're seeing this, Steph should have beaten Donkey Kong Bonanza. So give her a congrats in the comments. How about that? But in the meantime, today's episode is gonna be. Listen, we had to have a discussion. We were going to have this episode one way or another. It's the anime episode.
The first of many. I'm sure many. Yes.
Because right now it's currently like the summer season and stuff like that. So it's just going to be big anime talk. Let us know down in the comments as well what anime you're watching at the moment. Because I'm going to keep it real. I'm very nitpicky about the anime I watch. I am a little picky. I am that person, super side tangent, but this is what this podcast is about. If I don't like, here's a hot take. Ready? If your anime opening sucks, I'm not watching your anime.
No!
Yeah.
There's so many shows that I don't think have bangers, but are banger shows. Oh my gosh, I have so many thoughts.
We're starting off there. Here we go.
Oh, I mean, I understand that, but skip it. Are you a no anime skipper? No anime opening skipper?
I don't want to skip the opening. I feel like they worked hard on it. But if I don't like it, it's weird. It's weird.
The first impression. I mean, an opening is kind of your first impression. Sometimes you can get away with, they'll actually wait for a lot of newer shows in the last couple of years. They will play the first anime opening at the ending, depending on how much screen time they need. So you don't know sometimes until the end. Which
now
maybe that's how they hook you. They hook you if you like it.
Well, in some of the summer anime I've been watching, I think like I would start at episode 1 and then they would play the opening on episode 2. They don't even give you the opening in episode 1s anymore, which I'm just like, whoa, okay. They want you to keep watching. I'm like, okay.
They need the screen time. They need the 2 minutes. They need the 1 minute. Actually, it's 1 minute 24 seconds is something every like anime opening. Yeah.
Well, except if you're One Piece, your openings are like 2 minutes long.
Is that true?
Yeah, their openings are long.
Well, because the full songs are long. I thought that for TV, I thought for TV reasons, they have to cut it to a certain length.
In Toonami, I think they do. I think they do cut it. But if you're in Japan, you get the whole. Yeah. You get the whole. I look up any One Piece opening ever, like especially like the newer ones. Yeah, some of them are like straight up 2 minutes long. It's crazy. But they're good. But they're good.
It's true.
That's
my gosh.
The point.
I have not caught up with One Piece. I love the One Piece openings, though. They're so good.
Yeah, they're great. I do agree. Where are you in One Piece? If you were to think of like a moment that you like, or would you ever like catch up?
I want to. So I have tried a number of occasions, but as you all know, my username is Steph of Anime. So
yes,
the problem I have with One Piece is to catch up to the anime. I feel I'm making an 8-month commitment. I have a cousin of mine who she did this recently, where she went from episode 1 to current, and she said it took about 8 months of watching, granted, that's with having a full-time job, right? You have a full-time job, you come home, you watch 5 episodes a day. So watching 5 episodes a day, it took her 8 months, and watching no other anime to do it, and having, a balanced life. Now, a couple of issues in that I am a binger. I want to binge as much as possible. I want to take like a weekend and say, this is my life, which I can't do for longer running shows, but I don't have self-control to do like 2 episodes a day, which is why I tend to wait for things to get a little bit further unless I break and then I watch weekly. So I've tried multiple times with One Piece, but then a banger comes out from the new seasons and then I pause and then I feel afraid to commit to One Piece. So my goal is to read it before the finale so that I can be there. I want to be there when
I definitely want to be there
happens.
For the end. I think I definitely want to be there for the end. But I'm also at that point where, especially in the anime, like, let's be honest, the anime is like, what, 30 years old now, I think, at this point?
Yep.
And in case you don't know this, one of the voice actors for one of the main cast is, he retired. He retired and someone else had to take over. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, Oda, these voice actors are getting old. You need to wrap it up. Like we need to step up the pace here.
It's true. So I think for me, I need to wait for a slower season. But I also, there's so many other things. Also, because my roommate and partner hasn't seen a lot of anime, we're also going back and watching the classics. I'm educating my partner on. You need to make sure you have watched Fullmetal Alchemist, Code Geass, Steins Gate, my top 3. You have to watch them. So actually another thing this week is that I finished rewatching Code Geass again for the millionth time, which is one of my favorites. And I'm so happy that it still lives up. A good anime, I think, you can watch like 20 years later and it's still a good watch,
Yeah, I kind of agree. Same thing with me with Death Note. Death Note's my favorite anime ever. Yes. And I feel like I've rewatched that. And you know what's funny? I don't know if I've told you this, but I watched Death Note for the first time recently.
Really?
Yeah, I think I want to say, I say recently, but it was definitely like within the past 10 years. So I want to say, oh gosh, maybe 2017, something like that. Ooh. Or 2018 was when I watched it. But to be fair, I was in a very dark place, and I don't know why Death Note was my solution to cope with a dark place, but here we are.
I think anime is honestly a great like way to cope with hard things in life.
Yeah, no, I agree. But like I watched that, and man, I will never forget. This is actually something I haven't shared a lot, but it's like that I watched that final episode, and I'm telling you again, I was like in a dark place, and it was like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, and it was just like straight binge, and I had to like applaud like at the end. I was just like, this was such a good story. I don't know. I ate Death Note up. It was so good.
Well, okay, this is part of the reason I love anime so much is that there's not many other mediums where I feel just innately it is so cathartic. You know, it's dramatized in a way where the emotional aspect is the part that is emphasized more than, you know, Western cartoons, right? It's all about funny surface level, and they purposefully don't hit you in the heart. Yeah. It's very rare. I think some cartoons are starting to borrow from Eastern media in terms of the levels or how they're storytelling. Yeah. But I think that I don't think I would be the person I am today if I didn't grow up watching a medium that so emphasized feeling out your emotions, having something that you care about so much, you're going to go to the ends of the earth. It's dramatic, but also even just taking like 5% of that and applying that to my life, that I would just be a totally different person. And so I think it's so good for just like, you know, being able to feel things and have like I call it the void when you finish a really good show and your heart is just sort of lingering in this, where am I right now? Like,
yeah. Oh my gosh. It's so true. Well, I think that's why a lot of people resonate with a lot of the shonen anime. So it's like Dragon Ball Z, right? Naruto. There's these strong protagonists that no matter what obstacle they will make it through, and you believe, and then you're like, I can do that too. That's why a lot of dudes go to the gym, try to be built like Goku. You know, it's like,
is this how I get to the gym? You know, shonen hasn't really helped me get to the gym.
What is your ideal build, Steph? You're on the air and all of these stuff.
But V, how can I watch more anime if I'm at the gym?
You play it on your phone. You know how many people do that? There's people. I'm not even joking, Steph. It's like, They put a block where it's like, I can't watch anime until I'm on the treadmill.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the reward. It's like you were working out, like you're working your body. How do you reward yourself? You have your phone or your iPad or whatever, and you just play whatever episode that you're trying to do. You have to do that. Yeah, that's the way.
But self-discipline is so hard. Oh my gosh.
It's tough.
Wow. Okay. So I'm so interested in the fact that you watched Death Note recently because
as an adult, not as a kid.
So I have to ask you the whole dynamic with Light and Misa. How do you feel? How do you feel about that?
He was using the hell out of her. I did feel bad for her as an adult. I was just like, she is very ditzy, and it's like there's girls like that, but I hate when they're like, you know, as an adult, I'm like, she's getting taken advantage of. This sucks. Yeah. I was like, when you just read through the lines, I'm just like, girl, he is reading you like a book, and just like, he doesn't care about you kind of situation. I was just like, I don't know, stuff like that just gets me like so sad. And then especially with her at the end, and I'm like, oh man, it sucks.
For me, the crazy thing is, because I've been watching anime for a long time. I mean, Death Note came out, I want to say mid-2000, like maybe that 2000, it's either 2004 or 2008. I'm going to do a quick look up while we're here. Death Note.
Absolutely.
Release date. We're going to just check real quick. Yeah, 2006. Okay. So while I didn't watch it in 2006, I think I watched it around 2010. I was a young teen, a very young teen, you know, preteen potentially, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, I remember being like, they'd be such a great couple. Like my first watch, you know, as this younger kid being like, wow, like, you know, like they'd be such this power couple, you know, yada, yada, yada. And it's one of those situations where as I get older and watch it again the second time, totally different perspective. Yeah. And I think that could be so wild. And in some ways, I still think the show is great. But then there's other things I'm like, oh, this opinion I had did not age well. This did not age well. As a little innocent Steph who just wants to see the best in the world was like, no, he doesn't secretly like her at all.
No, he does not. I don't think he likes anybody, but that's what I love. It's like the mental gymnastics of it. Like he truly thought that he was God. He truly, with all of his heart and soul, thought that he was doing the right thing. And then, this is spoilers for Death Note, sorry. But then Nier comes up to me, he's like, no, dude, you're a crazy dude who found a magical notebook. Wake up. And it's just like, I'm just like, that last episode, people hate on Nier so much because he's not L. But that last episode, dude, like, again, 3 a.m, maybe I just was highly impressionable at the time. And maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But it's just like, yeah, he was just like, dude, you're just crazy. You're crazy. You found a magic notebook and think you're playing God.
Yeah.
You know, dude, I don't know. The way he tried to get, he gave him a reality check.
Yeah.
He gave him a reality check. And I was just like, yeah, dude. Because he's the protagonist, you kind of like believed that he was doing the right thing. But then you see the other perspectives of everybody else. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like it was genius. It was genius. Yeah. And
Did you
makes me
read?
Yeah.
There was a chapter that got released in the last couple of years. I say the asterisk, maybe in the last 5 years. It's been maybe a hot minute. But the author of Death Note. So for me, this is like, 10 years later, they released this like anniversary special where it was like a new main character, but it was new character finds the Death Note.
The Death Note short stories.
Yeah.
So I have it. I own it, but I haven't read it yet.
It's time.
I might have to revisit.
There's always something to be watching and catching up with. The fact that the best anime can be watched in this, this day, this year. It's like, do you choose, kind of like what you were talking about with your game backlog? That's me with my anime. It's like, do I choose to rewatch a show that I haven't watched in a while? Do I watch some of the new summer anime season? Do I watch, this other show that I just missed because you can only pick realistically sometimes like 5 shows from a current season, and then it's like, I gotta go back and watch this other banger that won an anime award the other year or something like that.
Also, just to let you the audience know, don't let people don't let anybody shame you that you haven't watched it. There's so many anime out there, and you're like, I just missed out on Attack on Titan. You missed out on the best anime of all time, Attack on Titan. It's just like, I don't know. I hate when people are like, how did you miss out on peak? It's like, because of life, dude. Life happens. Sometimes I didn't watch it. Like I said, I didn't watch Death Note until like 2017, 2018, something like that. And, on that topic, I'm watching a lot of like older anime that
what are you watching?
That, essentially I'm finishing a lot of older anime that I like started episodes, and I was just, they just showed up in Tsunami randomly, but I never got around to getting closure at the end.
Right.
So I just finished Yu Yu Hakusho, which is a very old, like 90s anime. It's a classic. Right, exactly. Hilarious, by the way. I watched it dubbed. Like, it was so funny. I was like, it was funny, but it was also action-packed. It had like a little bits of everything, and I was just like, you know what, this is it's good 90s feel. It's good vibes. You could tell it was a different time back then and stuff like that, but it's something you appreciate, which is very, very cool. So I'm doing that, and my current old anime watch is Inuyasha. I never finished it. I know, but we're getting to it. I'm currently in the middle of season 3. And there's 4 seasons in total, and then there's the final act. So technically 5 seasons. But I'm in the middle of season 3. So we're getting there. We're doing that.
That's a long one. I remember it. 167 episodes before the final act. Then they gave us 25 or it was either 24, 25, or 26. One of those 20 numbers for final act. So you got a journey, but it is, that show was so impactful for me. I loved it.
I actually saw an episode, like the recent episode that I watched. It was kind of like one of those like recap kind of like vibes. Like it was still current, but they were touching on things that they probably talked about like a season ago or whatever. So I had to play catch up. And I was like, this is so funny. I was like, wait, who's Onigumo? Who the hell's that? I was just like, I was sitting there like so confused. And then I was like, what did Kikyo do? I was just like... I had to play catch up. So I had to go to my partner and be like, okay, so who's this?
Yeah.
And why does this dude exist? He absorbed demons? What? I don't know. So I had to recap. But we're caught up, I think, now. Anyway, yeah, no spoilers or anything, please.
One
I'm
thing
currently
I
in the middle
love
of
about
watching
older
it.
anime is the way that they would do the last time on the, this episode, because there just used to be more gaps between when you'd be able to watch the show. So a lot of older anime just have like way more in-depth recaps at the beginning than nowadays. It's like you get 2 sentences and that's your recap. So I'm so happy for you.
They just expect you to remember nowadays. They expect you to remember nowadays and or binge. So they just like go straight to it, which is fine. Like I think Dandadan does that. Like they don't do no recaps or anything. They just expect you to just know what's going on and whatever, which is fine. So anyway, that's one of the old anime I'm watching Inuyasha, and I'm currently also watching Samurai Champloo, but that's a little bit slower. I'm kind of more focused on Inuyasha right now, but Samurai Champloo is good. I think I finished like 6 episodes, something like that. So I'm getting there. I just want closure of a lot of the old stuff I used to watch as a kid, Toonami, if you guys remember those days, but I just never, I'm like, so what happened in the end? Because I don't, I don't remember. Another one that I'm just like, I couldn't tell you what the heck's going on in the plot. You're going to freak out. This is the next one after Inuyasha, but Sailor Moon. I know I couldn't tell you anything that's going on in that. I'm like, she transformed. How did she get that power? Who's the big bad? I couldn't tell you what the heck's going on in Sailor Moon, but I'm so excited to tackle it.
Are you going to watch Crystal? Is that how you're going to catch up?
Well, what would you recommend?
I think so. Granted, I have not finished Crystal. Honestly, I'm in the same boat that I'm due. I am due a rewatch of Sailor Moon because it's gotten so much great treatment over the years. Also, in the magical girl genre, they remade Tokyo Mew Mew, which makes me so happy that they brought that one back, which I think that's an example of like, as a kid, obsessed. Tokyo Mew Mew, banger OP, banger magical girls, everything's great. However, does not age well. Like, it's one of those, this is old. And then they made it beautiful. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I need to watch all of Crystal. What I've seen of Crystal, I enjoy. I don't know.
So you would prefer I would watch the older one, you think? Just watch the older episodes? Or
well, Crystal's the newer one. It's like the reboot. I always think that if they put the effort into making a reboot, might as well watch the newer one for the recap. But it depends on how nostalgic you want to feel.
I mean, after watching Yu Yu Hakusho, I'm like, oh man. Like watching those like older.
The other difficult thing though, and I'd have to do my research, but especially for us who are Westerners and get a localized version, especially if you're watching it on TV, Sailor Moon's notorious that they made decisions to change pivotal plot points of the show to align with the morals at the time, calling characters like cousins who are definitely not cousins, like stuff like that. So that's also what I appreciate with some remakes is they choose to kind of keep things a little bit more true to the original adaptations. But granted, I'm not the Sailor Moon expert in the room, despite all the anime I've watched. But that's one thing I try to look into is, does this remaster kind of like course correct? Or it's just difficult, I have found, to find like the original, at least like legally, like where's the original localization of this, but also the original story if you don't speak Japanese and then get the video that has Japanese. So I think I'll have to do research too. But I mean, if you are a Sailor Moon fan, let us know in the comments. Because I genuinely want to tackle that. I think after Inuyasha, for real. I think it's because what the heck's going on there? I mean, she's iconic in the whole magical girl transformation. Like, she is the magical girl. That is her. Yeah. Which, for context, the only magical girl anime that I've ever watched in my life, I'm not even joking, is Madoka Magica. Yes! Honestly, kind of one of the best ones, though. Kind of one of the best ones. It's super good. It's super good. It was kind of messed up, but it's very good. Kinds. It's so, oh gosh, that got me so good when that first came out. I have a plush. It's not on screen, but I do have a plush of the notorious little guy in that show. If you know, you know. The squirrel or whatever it is. Kyubey. Oh my gosh. God. This is a really funny story. So I was going up to an anime convention. I was traveling up to Canada from back when I lived on the East Coast of the US, and I was going to this convention. And coming back, I had gotten my Kyubey plush. You know, I would say it's about a little more than the size of my head, this plush. You know, I don't know how many inches, more than a ruler's worth, you know, a decently sized plush. And we get stopped at the border. We're driving back to the US. And they see me, I guess at the time, maybe, I don't know how old I was, like maybe like 12 or something like that. And
You're
I'm like,
12 and you watch Madoka Magica?
Okay, actually, it was probably later than that. Maybe I was like 14.
That's
I was
still
probably like
awful.
14. Listen. You know. Yeah,
listen, that's how it was back then.
Yeah, I've been changed forever. So, I guess I had to have been a teenager because the Border Patrol looks at me holding this plush and like the vibes were, this girl's too old to be liking stuffed animals. Like she's a teenager, blah, blah, blah. So they asked to inspect it and they were inspecting it for like drugs or like hidden things, like all this stuff. And meanwhile, I'm just like, I was suspicious for holding a plush. Like I just like it. I just like
They were unstuffing Kyubey, dude.
They
knew. They get him.
The guy
just
was
like
evil.
takes all the stuffing out.
Yeah. Oh, never forget
so
that.
Funny. I will say, I actually saw this is pivoting to another anime, but I saw a TikTok of just like, it was just a list of anime that from back then or even newer that is just like, you know, like that you've watched but no one else has watched. It's like one of those. It's like your hidden gem anime that like no one's seen, but it's super niche and whatever. So they just had a list of anime. This was the first time I've ever seen another human being mention this anime, and it's called Now and Then Here and There. It's incredibly I know.
Wow.
No one has. No one has.
Was it good?
Me. Oh, I loved it. I ate that up. This was around the time where I watched Code Geass for the first time too. So it was like very much sci-fi, like along that stuff.
Yeah.
It was actually in the Sci-Fi Network. That's how I watched it. It was like they played Code Geass. It was like an anime hour or whatever, maybe anime 2 hours. So it's like Code Geass first, and then Now and Then Here and There. I ate that up. Shout out to you if you know that. Holy crap, you're probably among the 0.01% of people who watch that show, because that's crazy. But anyway, I was curious if you had like a hyper niche anime.
The thing about me is things that I think are underrated, I spread
Everyone's
the gospel. I spread the gospel, right? So I have niche picks that I think have grown, especially in the last few years. For a long time, my most underrated anime was Wolf's Rain. And I was like, Wolf's Rain?
I haven't seen that.
Not enough people have seen it. It's so good. It was Wolf's Rain walked so that Beastars could run. You know,
hey, listen.
It's so cool. It's so cool. I would love to rewatch that because it's been 15 years since I last watched it, and it's been a long time. But I remember the feeling of this was a great watch, and I would love to rewatch it now. But I think that in the last few years, more people know about that show and are like, yeah, I've seen it. So I think
I have to watch it.
It's been whispered. It's been whispered in the anime networks enough now. I have a lot of niche picks, but I think that depending on how deep into the community you go, you'll have either heard of them or given them a shot. You know, Odd Taxi is one that I think ended up getting in the search. Did you see it?
No.
No. Yeah. So that's one where I'm like, if you're not someone who like dedicates to anime, don't think you would have seen it. It's a 14 episode show. So good.
I love those.
Actually, given that you love Death Note, it has Death Note vibes.
Okay.
But they're all animals. And it's hilarious. But it's
called Odd
serious.
Taxi.
Yeah, that one's a good one. So you know, this leads me, at least me, I think there's an anime out there for everyone.
Absolutely.
I have to give a diagnostic test. I think there's a misconception that anime is only for a certain type of person, but you just have to know which show's out there for you. Just like there's a million different TV shows on Netflix, there's a whole bunch of different anime with different genres, and like you just got to know which is the one for you.
like, for example, I'm not the biggest fan of like those, like, I mean, I've expressed my feelings about this with you before, Steph, but those anime that have like the extremely unnecessarily long titles
all the
about
isekai.
someone about someone getting isekai and then they turn into like a, I don't know, a vending machine, and then they became a S rank in a dungeon or whatever. And I'm like, oh my god, that stuff I kind of don't care about.
Yeah.
But that's just me. Just to give you a quick synopsis on Now and Then Here and There, I just Googled it. Okay, so I'm going to read the synopsis. A young boy named Shuzo, or Shu, rushes to the defense of a young stranger who is being attacked for her magic pendant, only to find himself transported, isekai'd, into another world where water is a scarce commodity, and he is forced to join an army of children in this Japanese anime. It aired in 1999, apparently. And I watched it around the time when Code Geass came out. So I don't know. Again, incredibly niche. But apparently it's available to watch. I think it's on Prime Video, it's saying on Google here. So I'm like, okay, yeah.
Ooh.
It's, from what I remember, it's short, but I ate that anime up. It was like, it was super good. But it was old, right? So you could definitely tell. But for some reason, heavily dystopian. I guess I'm just into those vibes, like heavy dystopian, like just messed up world. Yeah. You know, overcoming obstacles kind of situation. But it's also like that must protect young princess girl from danger kind of situation. Yeah. So yeah, it's very, very cool. Yeah. So in terms of that, you know, moving past from the old anime. Yes. We're moving on to the new stuff now, because you did say, yes, there is an anime for everyone. I will say there are high-key your common anime that like a lot of people recommend.
What goes mainstream, right?
The mainstream ones, right? Yeah, especially nowadays. I feel like just quote unquote regular people are watching anime now at this point, versus like back when we were in elementary, middle school, where
I got bullied so heavily for people said that I was a freak for wanting to watch these kinds of cartoons all the time. People were so horrible to me, and I'm so happy that that's like turned around, because that's part of why I went to the internet so early in my life, is that I wanted to find people who would accept me for who I am, and like, you know, let me be passionate about the things I am. So I'm glad that at least things are turning around in that way, that we can find our people. We can find our people now.
I agree. I was heavy like influenced by like Inuyasha and stuff like that. Here's the meme. This was during a time, again, I was in middle school, so it's like when it was rare when a new anime came out that we were all excited about, because again, internet was a little weird back then. Like you didn't really get announcements like on twitter.com like how you did back then. Like that just doesn't exist. So everyone was freaking out about this anime called Vampire Knight.
Oh yes. What an adventure! Those of you who went to anime conventions from 2009 to like 2014, you know.
Yeah, I just remember like in middle school, like a lot of my friend group was like, "Oh my god, it's the hottest anime ever with all these hot people," and I was just
toxic
like,
relationships everywhere, but really hot anime characters.
I was just like, I ended up not watching the entire thing, but I heard like years later the stuff that happens.
Stop! It's crazy.
The stuff that happens in the end is like, that's crazy. Yeah. Also, you were like, oh, people call you a freak and stuff like that. For like, to be fair, you're the same person that brought a Kyubey plush to the airport. Listen.
I'm the problem.
Because that's a little wild. That's a little crazy.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Anyway,
Kyubey's my best friend.
Sure.
He won't let me down with his contracts. He gives me only the best contracts.
That's so funny. That's a, you know what? We'll move on from that. New anime that is coming out that we're currently watching. So like, you're one of those humans that just watches every anime under the sun. You don't really have like a bias or anything like that. I mean, from what I understand, you're kind of like open to everything.
I have my preferences, but I will say I have a wide variety, a wide palette for different types of anime, because I like just seeing the way the industry goes. I like understanding why did this thing get popular and for what reason did it get popular. So I definitely definitely have my favorites, but in terms of genres, I watch a wide variety. I watched your calm, chill slice of life, your shonen jump, your your trash isekais, all of it. Minus, there is a certain level of, they call it like ecchi, right? Where it's not quite hentai, but
I see.
The level of objectification can sometimes turn me off. But then there are some that I have in that category of being in this ecchi genre where it's like really fan servicey, that I'm like, the plot was good enough that I stuck around.
There are moments where I just feel like that kind of stuff is like unnecessary, right? Where it's just like, like the chick with like the gigantic, you know what is kind of like, all right, dude, that's kind of unnecessary.
Depending on how deep we go with this conversation, one of the interesting things is there are a lot of analysts who talk about how part of the reason this is likely a thing is because of the way that Japan is so restrictive and conservative socially about expressing yourself, your desires, and all of that repression kind of.
So it's just kind of like exaggerated, kind of?
Well, it manifests that, like when you repress all of these things and you have an outlet to kind of creatively like talk through, I think it ends up like dramatizing / like emphasizing something that like in real life you can't like even like talk about, or you can't really express yourself, or whatever. So I think there's theories that is part of why it ends up
in that culture kind of like situation,
so intense, because in real life you can't have that. So it's like an escape kind of from that. But
I guess so. That's fair.
Anyway, as you were saying, but
So, you have a wide palette of anime that you watch. Not that I don't, but it's hard for me to like, I guess, start something new. Like, again, you have to have like a crazy good impression in order for me to like be locked in, especially during episode 1. My rule is if I'm still interested by episode 2, then I'm like, okay, you got me. Like episode 1 is always the hooker, always the one to like, ooh, you need to keep watching. If episode 2 is just as good, then I'm like, okay, kind of situation.
I respect your opinion. I also think you are missing a lot of good shows by not giving it a 3-episode rule.
Ooh,
3
really?
is the golden number, I think. And even then, I mean, Cowboy Bebop classically was a 5-episode rule. So there's some exceptions. But for me, I think 2 is because 3 is an hour worth of content to decide, is this show for you? I think there's been so many shows that it takes until that 3rd episode. And I think sometimes the first 2 are exposition and you don't really know where it's going, whereas 3 can tell you, okay, is this going to be a serious show? Is this going to be a funny show? Is this is this just a dramatic backstory? Even Dungeon Meshi, right? Delicious
I was
in Dungeon.
Talk about that, yeah.
I think 2 episodes would have turned me off from that show. I was like, this is so like same old fantasy. I'm so not into it. But you meet Senshi, you get into the dishes and realize, wait, this is more slice of life and more about the characters than it is about just like a dungeon crawl. Like I would have turned off from that.
Which is so funny because I feel like most slice of life, I'm just kind of like, I don't really care about it or whatever. The only reason why I decided to watch Dungeon Meshi is because it was like high-key Dungeons and Dragons inspired, and I'm a big Dungeons and Dragons fan, so I was just like, okay, I kind of want to see how this goes. And high-key, I'm not a big fan of comedy, strangely. Like it's like there's some of those where I'm just like, but I don't know. It felt like a good balance because there are serious moments and stuff that happens. For those who don't know, it's Delicious in Dungeon. It's on Netflix. I would highly recommend it. I didn't expect to like it. Yeah. But I gave it the benefit of the doubt, again, because I was a big fan of Dungeons and Dragons. So I enjoy that. But you're right. I think I'm not going to deny it. I really think I am missing out on a lot of anime and stuff like that. I think there was, is it called Something Rain? Something Rain. No, it's not Heavy Rain. That's a video game, I think. I think it's like a movie. It's like an anime movie that I just haven't watched yet. Or Your Name or something.
Oh, you've not seen Your Name?
Rain and name kind of sounds the same. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, your name is so. Oh, it's so, you. Oh my gosh. So, okay, breaking news at the time that we're filming this. Makoto Shinkai, who is the director of those films of Your Name, Weathering with You, Suzume, all incredible films. What a talented director. Oh, they're all so good. A new movie is getting revealed soon. But it was basically, they interviewed Shinkai, and he said more information this year about a new film. We don't know what the film is.
Oh, so you're locked into this director.
Yes, he's so good. Okay, when you're coming over, okay, you're gonna help me with fashion. We're gonna sit down and watch Your Name. Okay, Your Name like blew up, like in terms of the movie sphere when it comes to anime movies. Like I would say Shinkai is like up there with like close to Miyazaki. Like Miyazaki's like number one because he's iconic.
I mean, yeah.
He's up there. Oh my gosh. Wow. And then there's another director. There's because Wolf Children. Who was the director of Wolf Children? But Wolf Children Summer Wars. There's so many movies that, oh my gosh. Yeah, while you're looking that up, to nail an anime movie when you have 2 hours to tell a full story and then there's nothing else.
Hosoda-san.
Oh yes, Hosoda-san. I love him too. His movies are incredible. Those are like my top 3 in terms of directors and producers for anime. But oh yes, I feel like you have to judge anime movies with a whole different criteria because at least with a series, you have so much. Like you have so much time that you can like build in character twists, do different this and that. You have 2 hours, like you gotta be like quick, but not too quick that you don't care about the character.
Usually I'm good with films. Like I love Miyazaki.
Yeah.
I think it's but however, there's still some that I haven't watched yet, right? I think I've seen most of the classics, like your Princess Mononoke, your your Castle in the Sky, all that kind of stuff, Howl's Moving Castle, etc. But I still haven't seen The Boy and the Heron. I think that's what it is. I haven't seen that yet, but I think that came out recently. So
recently enough, I saw that in theaters. It was so good.
Oh, of course you did.
The thing is, all I'll say about that movie is my first watch, I was like, what the hell was this movie? And then I had to do one of the Reddit deep dives. And when I got more context and I watched it again, I really appreciated that movie. I think on its own, it's a trip. It's just a trip. And then when you have more context and you hear the interviews, oh gosh, there's some movies that I think once you hear about the creative vision after watching it, I get a whole new level of respect. So yes, I love to do behind the scenes.
What's your favorite Ghibli film?
Spirited Away. Spirited Away is a
classic. Absolutely.
Classic.
Do you want to guess mine?
Ooh, yeah, I do.
It's not your average ones.
It's not the average one. Okay, so like the easy answer is always like Howl's Moving Castle.
I love that one, but it's not my absolute.
Ooh. Okay, let everyone guess with me right now. We're gonna take in the stock from what we've heard from V today. You know, we like a little bit of mystery. You know, dread.
I don't think that's gonna help you.
Okay, I'm gonna
just take a stab at it.
Okay, stab at it. Cat Returns.
Ooh, no. I actually haven't seen that one. I gotta watch that
Cat Returns is so underrated. That's the most underrated film
I'll tell
of the
you.
Miyazaki. Yeah, what is it?
The Secret World of Arrietty.
Oh,
I
love that one.
Arrietty made me cry like a baby.
I saw that in theaters too.
I was a hot mess after Arrietty, dude. I was a mess. It was incredible. But Howl's Moving Castle is a very close second.
You're unlocking a memory. I think one of the Jonas Brothers is in the dub of the Arrietty film.
Oh, I believe it. I would not be surprised. It's been a while it's been a couple of years since I've watched it, but like that is like my number one. Absolutely. Howl's Moving Castle, very close number 2. And then
I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah.
I was like that's my number 2 also.
Oh, good. I think it has to be a 1 or 2. And 3, surprisingly, I love Ponyo. I love Ponyo.
Yes.
Even though it's like high-key, like a children's kind of like film, it's very good. No, I very much enjoy it.
Miyazaki films are for everyone.
That's
everyone
fair.
Can enjoy them.
Anyway, we were trying to get into
we're eventually going to get to what we're watching this season. We'll get there. That's the beauty.
Steph, what are you watching this season? In terms of brand new anime, the whole point of all of this, we are doing a big anime talk. We want to talk about like the current anime that we are watching at the moment. And honestly, again, as someone who is very nitpicky on anime, a lot of the new ones, I'm eating that up. Some of them have very good stories, very good first impressions, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm all about this. But we'll start with you. What anime are you watching at the moment?
My gosh! Okay, so at the time that we have been recording this, I finished Apothecary Diaries is done. I finished it. Wonderful. So sad, happy, want more, please.
Very
thanks.
incredible.
Kaiju number 8 season 2 hype. Kaiju number 8 ended up being such a surprise hit. I did not think I was gonna love it as much as I have so far. Kaiju number 8 is great, and number 3, this is the one because you told me to watch it.
Yes,
I have been watching / reading Gachiakuta. So
Gachiakuta. Is it Gachiakuta or Gachiakuta? I don't know.
I don't know, and
we'll figure it out at some point.
It's hard not being Japanese. We'll do our best.
I know.
But V, did you know that this anime is being produced by Studio Bones, who brought us Full Metal Alchemist?
And it comes back to Full Metal Alchemist.
It always does. My number one. Did you know that going into this?
I did not know that. I know it was made by Studio Bones, but I didn't know what else that they worked on and stuff like that. But God, Gachiakuta is so good and I guess it's more because it brings me back. You know that scene in Ratatouille where he eats the ratatouille and you go back to your childhood and stuff like that? I am consuming Gachiakuta and it brings me back to a younger self when I was watching Soul Eater. It's the same.
Guess what? Guess who made Soul Eater? Studio Bones.
Well, there you go. Yeah, it's just I'm telling you, like it just brings me back to a time. I'm like, yes, this is what the people have been missing this whole time. It's Gachiakuta. It's so good. I will say, I love Kaiju number 8. I'm a big fan of that, and it's more because maybe it's because I'm getting old, but I am a big fan that the protagonist is 30 plus.
Yes,
I'm like, same, dude, same. And he's trying to catch up with all these teenagers and stuff like that. He's running the track and he's like wheezing. I'm like, yes, this is me. It's like first time in a while because like, again, I don't mind teenagers being like, you know, the shonen anime protagonist. I don't mind that at all. Like that's just been the thing since the beginning of time. Yeah. But the fact that I can finally like relate to an actual protagonist for like the first time in years, if you want me to be honest, it's just like, it makes me want to root for him more because he's still trying to like, you know, and he has a goal at the end and stuff. I'm eating that up. I love that anime so much. Like Kafka's my favorite. He's my boy. I want him to succeed. It's all the things. It's very, very good. I highly recommend it. But yeah.
Are you watching anything else? Because I'm kind of in my catch up in terms of, honestly, maybe even the next time we do another anime episode. We should do another episode when we get closer to the anime awards, because by then I'll have recapped my summer and caught up with more things. But those are kind of finishing Apothecary Diaries, Kaiju number 8, Gachiakuta are the big standout ones. I think there's another season 2 of... Wait, it's racking. Oh, Dress Up Darling got another season. This summer is a lot of new season 2s and 3s of existing shows that already have some good renown. I don't know if you've seen Dress Up Darling. That show.
No, I haven't. I heard it's good, but I mean most things are at this point, right?
I love it. Well, so what is your take on like that more slow paced style of like, it's like everyday life in your anime? Are you a fan? Do you need action to thrive? Where are we at?
I am a big action-packed girly. I will say I wasn't like completely sad on Apothecary Diaries. I acknowledge it's very, very good because there's some episodes where, you know, I'm like doing the dishes and my partner's watching Apothecary Diaries where I have to like turn off the faucet and be like, what's happening over there? You know, like there's something like, you know, so there's some episodes where I sat down, watched Apothecary Diaries, but I don't think I'm going to keep it real, Steph. I think if I did my 2-episode rule, I would have been
That's
like, okay.
what I'm saying. It's true. I think it wouldn't pass. But, okay. And then there are some shows I think you need to be prefaced. Minus, I guess, if you don't want spoilers at all. But for example, Steins Gate, one of my favorite shows of all time. I tend to tell people in advance, it is a slow start. I love it. I think the ride is so worth it. It is, if you've not seen it, it is one of the greatest sci-fi anime of all time. Like nothing else comes close, in my opinion.
But that's a different circumstance, I'll say, because Steins Gate's in my backlog. I have the video game.
Oh, you're gonna play the visual novel? Let's go!
So I'm like, I don't think I have a need to watch the anime if I'm just gonna play the game, right? I don't know.
I mean, and depending on which version you get, I was telling V, or like some weeks ago when you told me you got it, I was so happy that there is a version of the visual novel where they just input the anime cutscenes, like literally straight from the anime. So you're gonna get a more well-rounded experience of the universe because and this is common with a lot of anime, they usually pick the one route. They'll pick the true ending or they'll pick one route of a visual novel and then that's what they animate. So by playing the visual novel and then if you afterwards see the endings that you missed, you get more than the anime.
That's what I'll do, right? It's like I let's say I beat the game, right? You know, however many hours. Maybe I'll just like take a look at some of the special moments. Like I'll just look up a cutscene and then I'll just find the anime cutscene or whatever. Maybe I'll just do that. I think that'll be easy.
Yeah. But like the point I was getting to is that there are some shows in general that I think their second half is so good it's worth it. It's worth it. The first 10 might be a little slow, but I swear to you that like the rest of it is incredible. And it's a shame, I think, that sometimes like a flopped first episode can like prevent the full potential from being reached by so many people, you know?
At the same time though, like for example, I'm gonna start reading because I have the Shonen Jump app. I'm gonna finish reading Promise Neverland.
Oh,
because
nice.
I ate up season 1. I was like, oh, see that kind of stuff where it's kind of I think I just like dark / dystopian / action packed kind of vibes. Yeah, because Death Note wasn't very action packed, but it was a dark one, right?
Yeah.
Soul Eater, for example, has like a lot of action and stuff like that, but it's still very like it's giving grungy. It's giving like, you know, I like that stuff. So it's like when I'm watching Gacha Kuta, I'm like, my trash boy. Yes, I love him. He's just dirty trash boy, but it's just it's so good. Anyway, so I want to finish Promise Neverland, but I heard season 2 is horrible, so I think I'm just gonna read it. So yeah,
I'm struggling how much to even say because I'm very expressive. So I don't know if you just want to experience it for yourself. That's cool. Sometimes I'm like, Promise Neverland ended after season 1. Woo!
Yeah. People are like, I think that's the meme, right? People will be like, "What season 2?"
Yeah, there's no season 2. I feel the same way about Black Butler. Did you ever watch Black Butler? This is going way back.
No, I didn't watch that one.
Oh,
I knew it existed. I had a friend from
that's another one after season 1. Like I enjoyed season 1. There's no other seasons. Granted, I don't know about the new ones that came out, but like the second season doesn't exist to me.
Oh no. Is there oh, you were talking about like 12 episode bangers. There's another niche anime that I would highly recommend. Again, one of those there's 2 of them, sorry. 12 animes, like 12 episode animes.
Yeah.
That are like super good that I would highly recommend. One of them is called Gare Zero.
Oh, I love Gare Zero.
Remember what I told you like early in the beginning of the podcast that anime openings define if an anime is good. That opening is banger. It's so good. And then I ended up watching it.
V, you've just given me an idea for Patreon that we should do. And you tell me right now if we're going to do it. Otherwise, I'll cut it out of this video. So Gare Zero was one of the videos I made an anime review in 2012 about as my old username, Tamari773. I think you and I should react to my review of Gare Zero. It's really cringe.
Is it a public video?
No, of course not. It's private. Are you kidding me? The only time I show these videos, by the way, for anyone curious, is during charity streams. We can unlock old Tamari773, the old anime reviewer in me.
We might.
We might do that.
Maybe.
Do that.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, and then the other anime, aside from Gare Zero, is Angel Beats.
I love Angel Beats. Oh my god, Angel Beats.
Tearjerker. Cried my eyes out.
Angel Beats. All I'll say because this fact in itself is not a spoiler. It's vague, but Angel Beats is the reason that I am an organ donor. And as soon as I finished that show, I went and made sure that I was an organ donor. That show had such an impact on me. So I love it. I love it dearly.
I'm surprised. I mean, obviously you do what you want. Like, I'm not peer pressuring you or anything like that, but I'm honestly surprised after all this time you don't have like an anime related like tattoo, at least that I know of, or anything like that. Like, again, no peer pressure. I'm just like, yeah.
Well, it's because I'm a chicken bee. I'm a big chicken. I love tattoos. I look at them and I'm like, they're so beautiful. I love them so much, but I'm a big chicken. It's a mix of me being really scared that like it's going to be painful. And I don't want, the thing is,
it is going to be painful.
I want a colorful one, V, and I know that's going to hurt even more than the black and white tattoos. I want a really pastel one. And I'm like, oh God, that's going to be expensive to maintain probably. Oh my gosh. That, and also, I'm hoping things change. I know in some countries like Japan, you can't use certain onsens if you have a tattoo, or so that's always like scared me away, but it's so beautiful. I love the idea of having like art expressed on your body.
Absolutely.
I might get one day. I might.
What would you get?
Overcome my fears.
You would get anime though. It would be anime related.
I want something.
You would get Kyubey, right?
Oh my God. Well, maybe. I should just get the Kyubey eyes. I don't know what I would get. I want something like really angsty. That's what I want.
Oh, the Death Note. The actual Death Note. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Or well, I don't know. No, because you're big on FMA. You should just get the date.
Oh, true. I would want it to be like a symbol. But the struggle I have with Fullmetal Alchemist specifically is a lot of the symbols they read a little too religious for, even though they're not. So for example, the back of Ed's coat has like that cross with the snake on it. And I learned that's actually not related to religion. It's actually one of the old health like organizations.
It's like a health symbols.
For health and for medicine. And actually it goes back to like way early practices of medicine. That was like a symbol. And but I feel uncomfortable with the fact that it's a cross because I'm agnostic and stuff. So I'm just, and even with the like Ouroboros, like there's so many there's like so many cool designs that I'm like
or you could do like, I mean, this is a meme. I'm just joking. I'm making a lighthearted bit out of it, but like Alphonse's like chibi helmet, like Alphonse's helmet, but chibi, like you know when he's like baby.
Yes.
Or something like that.
I have two vibes with tattoos. I want something either like really meaningful and
detailed
like
and stuff,
detailed, or I want like the cutest, most pastel, like adorable design. Like those are the two parts of my brain that I want.
Why not both? Why not both? I mean, aside from FMA, you said Code Geass. What about the symbol of the Geass, like sun on his eye and something like that?
I'd be sick. I'd be so sick. Every time I hear Code Geass, I just start screaming the opening. It's so good.
So those are the 3 anime that you would recommend.
Those are my top 3 favorite anime of all time. When it comes to recommending, I need everybody. Okay, everyone who's listening, if you give me your favorite types of shows, if you've never seen anime, what's your favorite kind of show? I'll go in. I'll start giving recommendations because I think I need to hear what someone's preferences are to recommend. I personally don't think that just because I love a show so much that it's right for everyone else. For example,
that's valid.
Some people, I think Code Geass is one of the greatest like mech political commentary type shows with mix of fantasy that is out there. But if you're someone who doesn't want that or doesn't find joy in that, I don't want to recommend it. Even if I love it, I want to recommend something that someone else is going to like really vibe with. So I always got to make it a conversation. So everyone tell me your favorite stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe she'll recommend it in the comments. But like for like diagnose me, because it's like favorite anime like ever. Death Note, like I mentioned, Soul Eater. I will say Attack on Titan. I love anime that are unpredictable, where I truly cannot predict what's gonna happen next. And Attack on Titan, I think, like is like elite in that. When I think I figured it out, and then they're just like they just throw you for a loop with something. So like I love that kind of stuff. Dark, grungy. Code Geass is another, like, it is dark.
Well, I knew
dark
you would like
elements and
Code
stuff like
Geass
that.
when you said Death Note. Those two go together in my book of like, if you liked this, you would like that.
Yeah, so I don't know. Is there any others aside from like those, or do you think I covered all the basics?
No, there's so many in that specific genre. You might even like. Would I dare to say that you like the seinen genre? Seinen. There's a genre of anime that's kind of like existential, dark, a little dystopian. Sometimes that can be not quite so action-packed. I mean, based on what you're saying, I actually think if you haven't seen some of the newer shonen that take a dark turn, like Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man, I think those.
I love Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those. Jujutsu
That's
Kaisen
what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Jujutsu Kaisen will be another one that you'll really like based off that. Those are like immediately that come to mind. So even things like Steins Gate, I think you're gonna like the visual novel. I think it's not gonna be like an instant in the first episode though for you. Like I don't think it's gonna hit right
so it's
away.
Good I'm playing the game.
Yeah, you're gonna play the game and then yes, play all of it. It's gonna be great.
So I will say I googled seinen. Is that what it is? Seinen anime, and the ones that show up immediately, Vinland Saga.
Oh yeah, you like Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga is a classic.
I have the first 3 volumes, and I only read the first one.
Oh,
like
it's slow, but it's good.
Yeah, I think that's why. I stopped, because I was just like, get to the point. Like, I don't know. Yeah. I need instant trauma. Psycho Pass.
Oh yeah, I was thinking Psycho Pass. I was gonna say it. Psycho Pass. I also think you would like. It's true.
I know nothing of that. And then Ghost in the Shell. I haven't seen Ghost in the Shell.
You should.
And then Evangelion. I watched Evangelion. Yep. Let's see. Devilman Crybaby. I don't know what that is.
Okay, Devilman Crybaby is a trip. For me, it was a little much.
Much as in like
how do I explain it? It's insane. It's insane. But
great start.
Remember we talked about like that repression? Remember we talked about like the repression stuff and how that can manifest into some wild, wacky thing. Okay, you said you watched Don to Don?
Yes. I'm up to date.
You know how Don to Don has like the wackiness to it?
Okay.
It's like more wacky in terms of like
interesting. Sure.
Wow, you really stumped me with explaining this anime. Basically,
you don't have to. It's fine.
I will. Okay, it's one of those that I think artistically it has done a lot, and there's a lot to say about it. It makes me uncomfortable, so I have not finished it.
Okay,
there you
Got
go.
it.
But I mean, someone can explain it, I'm sure, better. It's just it left me speechless. That's all I gotta say on that one.
And then the last one that they showed here, just from the top row, that I've already watched is Death Parade. Death Parade's incredible. It's super duper good.
So I feel like I kind of nailed it in that you've already said a couple that you watched you liked.
So maybe Psycho Pass. You said so maybe I'll look into it. Maybe we'll see. Again, I don't have a free moment at all. I've just been busy with my gaming backlog, and I'm watching, like I said, Inuyasha. I'm catching up with like the summer stuff and whatever. But I will put Psycho Pass in my brain. Maybe I'll manifest it to.
It used to be on Netflix. I don't know if it still is. I hope it is, but it used to be super easy to watch it. It's on Crunchyroll otherwise.
And I gotta watch that other stuff. Like I never watched Wolf Children. I heard that
movie's so good.
And Summer Wars. Yeah, I haven't seen that either. I
think you should watch, even if it's not. You know what? There are some movies, even if it's not your genre, that because you're my friend, I'll say you should watch it so that you can appreciate this genre that exists.
Yeah. Well, another anime. There's so many, you guys, which is why this episode is so long. But here we are. This is just how it is. But another anime that I very much like, and it's not dark. Well, it is. It can be, but I want to say top 5 anime of all time, Violet Evergarden.
Yes. Okay, wait. Yes. Okay, you do. There is slice of life that we've got for you. That yes.
I just thought of about it now.
Yes. Okay, good. Excellent. Then you like top quality slice of life. Okay, I'm going to start. I have more.
Okay.
I'll have more recommendations. Violet Evergarden is a beautiful, beautiful show. I think you'll like
I think that's why. It was like more of the visuals, and like every story just had me like, I was a mess.
Yeah.
I think I cried in every episode.
Yeah.
Which I guess I mean, when I watched it, that was like the anime that I recommended to everyone that I met. I was just like, did you watch Violet Evergarden yet? Because it was like super duper good.
Did you watch the movie?
Incredible. No, I didn't watch the movie. Yeah, I didn't know. I like because I was in my Netflix binge because Inuyasha is on Netflix. And then I saw it was like Violet Evergarden the movie, and I was just like,
so good.
It's different? Is it different than the story?
It's a continuation.
Very good. I will watch it. I will watch it immediately.
Yes.
Oh man, but I mean, let us know down in the comments, of course, if there's any anime that you've been watching and stuff like that. We will do it. Let's do like a follow up. I think we should do a follow up.
We're gonna have many follow ups, I think. So we'll
maybe during the fall season and stuff like that, right?
Yes, every season we should. Yes, it's true. It's true.
That's
we'll
what we
keep
do.
Doing more.
For each season, we do like a recap and like figure out what the heck we're watching, a follow up,
Yes.
I finished watching Inuyasha, you guys, and stuff like that.
We should just do an anime check-in every so often, because honestly, I could talk for 8 hours about anime and not stop. So we'll control ourselves. It's chaotic, but that's why you're all here. You like the chaos. With that, V, should we stop here for today?
I think we should. Patreon members, I will say, keep an eye out. I think what you said, I think we might consider
We're gonna do it.
Doing a secret like Patreon segment. But that is going to be the end of this episode, you guys. Really appreciate you guys coming through and watching. We're getting close to episode 10 by the time you guys are seeing this. So I'm very, very excited. We're just moving forward. Thank you guys for watching, of course. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one, y'all.
Bye.
See ya.